Squad, what is? Hey, Brooklyn Squad, what it do, y'all? What's up, Brooklyn Squad? It's your girl Jay, and I'm back at it again with another video. Good morning, beautiful people. Hey, Anita. Anita in the building. Okay. What y'all up to? I just got home not too long ago. Y'all know the daily routine. But today, guess what I got, y'all? Dripping wet, baby. French vanilla colada. The whipped cream already melted. Y'all, I haven't had this in years. So good. Welcome to Brooklyn Squad. If you're new, buckle in. Try to stay with an open mind. And try not to judge, please. Because you're in a ride for your life. You hear me? But if you've been here for a minute, you already know what it is with your girl. All right. And I'm saying thank you for subscribing. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing. Y'all know I appreciate it. Hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And also hit them thumbs up. That's very important, y'all. Okay. I want to see what y'all think about my, what I've been giving y'all. Also, I do have a Cash App and a PayPal account. And it is linked right there where it says Brooklyn Squad Real Life Drama in that little box, that yellow little box. If you look there, you will see it, very small, but it is seeable. And that is up there because I do not just want to be a YouTuber. I want to build my brand. I want to build a brand. And I have people in this business that is going to show me that. Okay? Little by little, day by day, we all learn and we all process and we all grow. If we stick together, baby, we could do imaginable things. So when you donate, okay, please know this is for Brooklyn Squad only business, okay? I want to build some merchandise. I want to do things like that. I can't do it by myself. So if you want to donate, but be free to do it, but just don't give your last. Now, yesterday, I came on here around 4 something in the afternoon, did a quick interview with a mother who had a 14 years old little girl that she said was missing. Cherish, remember? I'm doing good, Anita. How you doing? How you doing? Now, remember, Cherish was missing. Cherish is back home, allegedly. Let me just say that. I do want to speak to her, the mother, a little bit later. But she said Cherish is back home. All right, so moving on. In Inglewood, California. Good morning, Doc. In Inglewood, California, we have Ronnetta Faye Martin, who is 27 years old, and she has been missing since August 1st of this month. Okay. That's almost a week, guys. All right. No media coverage. They said the media is not really covering. The police is not really taking it serious, allegedly. No, doctor. The young girl that was missing yesterday is home, allegedly. This is another young lady. Um, if you look in the description box, I have all the details right in there. Um, Her birthday is June 18th, 1996. This young lady is 100 pounds, guys. So she's she's a small little one. She's a small little one. Her eye colors are brown. Her hair color is brown, and she's 5'4". All right. She was last seen in Inglewood, California. Now, from what I seen, they found her car and her car was burnt up, and we're gonna get into that also. Also, there was a few people on camera at her apartment bringing stuff out of her apartment, and they're on camera. They don't want to talk to the parents. And from what I seen, the cops isn't taking it serious. I have in the description box the father's phone number, and there's two other females' phone number there. So if you know or you hear anything, please contact the parents and the other numbers that is on there in that description box. I have also posted her picture on Facebook, and it's on my Facebook story. Now, I didn't know about this case until last night. So I want to jump right into it because it's been a couple days now. Now I did just call the father. He didn't answer, and I text him. Okay, I did text him. Oh God, let me see something. All right, let's leave it like this. Let me see. Okay, so oh, Artifacts True Crimes. Welcome, welcome to Brooklyn Squad. Can you come up here to the panel, please? Case is being handled by the Karn County Sheriff's Office. I've been in contact with the sister. Good. Okay. Good, 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 good. Very good. I contacted dad. I don't know if he works or anything. It is pretty early, but I text. Let me see if he texts back. And I am going to contact the sisters. I don't know which one is the sister. You have Donna and Nay. Are they both the sisters? All right, this person says I had the wrong number. This is the official family approved flyer. Why would they put a price right there? Can you come up on here, please, if you don't mind? I'll send the link again. Is any of my moderators in here? But I shouldn't keep sending the link because it's right there. I don't understand that. Okay, here you go. Awesome.
All right. So I was in contact with.
Wait. Excuse me. Hello.
Okay.
Hi. Good morning.
Oh, hey, how are you doing? It's good to be.
Hi.
I'm sorry, it is early in the morning.
It
So,
is. This is an everyday thing for me though. So I'm an early person. I'm up early. Welcome to Brooklyn Squad Real Life Drama. Are you a new subscriber?
no, I've actually been subscribed for a while. I've been following you for a while.
Oh, I need to go to your channel. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm new with this. I just heard about this last night. Please let us know what's going on. Also, please put your information in the comment section so they can subscribe to your channel.
All right. Well,
All
I
right, go
was
ahead.
reached out to by the director of Missing Justice. Got a big Facebook page, and she put me in contact with Shancy. That's one of the sisters. And I did a video on this yesterday. It is an alarming situation because you've got this girl, she's got lupus. She's without her medication. She recently had a surgery.
I did watch your video last night because you said that. I'm sorry. Continue. Mm-hmm.
So she's recently had a surgery. She goes missing at around, I believe it's around 5 o'clock. They find her missing. Well, her car is found in flames. It's been burned by like fireworks, is what the sister told me.
Mm.
And so they find the car. Um, they're not getting a lot of help from local law enforcement, which is why on the flyer they have the family's information, I guess. But I mean, honestly, I don't want to put the family's numbers out there in a video and dox the family, which is why I've got the Kern County Sheriff's Office information on the flyer. And I have created a flyer for her. If you want it, you can reach out to me. I've got a digital flyer. It's the thumbnail for the video that I did yesterday, too. But yeah, I mean, it's an alarming situation. She's got two little kids at home
Mm.
that miss their miss their mom. She's, like I said, without any medication. Not only did she just have surgery, but she's got lupus, and so
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Right.
And it's very suspicious that the car is found burned like that. And then on the video that I put up yesterday, one of the boys that was seen taking everything out of her apartment made a comment that said, "This is all false information." And then, yeah. So, and I screenshot that comment, sent it over to the sister. She's like, "Yeah, that's one of the people that was last seen with my sister." So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah.
Yes, I did see your video yesterday. I sure did. I heard you say that she just had surgery, and also there's people, and look like there's people taking stuff out of her apartment,
Yes, they emptied
utilizing the
out her
room.
apartment. And
Wow,
yeah, it's very shady.
wow. Ms. V says, "What are the details concerning her disappearance?"
Well, we don't know a whole lot other than she was last seen with the three people that were cleaning her apartment out. There's a girl and two boys that were seen on CCTV footage emptying out her apartment, left the door open. The car was found burned. Just, they say fireworks, but to me there had to have been some type of accelerant, because if you look at that car is burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, I seen it. Yep. Wow. I actually took a picture. Um, do you mind if you because you did a video on that I seen yesterday? Do you mind if we show it to them?
No, no,
Is that okay?
absolutely.
All right. All right. Let me just. Wow, this is sad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this car is burnt. I don't know about no fireworks.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow. And the police. So all right. So is the police taking it serious now?
When I talked to the sister, she said that they were not getting a lot of help from law enforcement. Now, and the situation is that they are working through Kern County, but she also said that Bakersfield and Englewood police were involved too, because the car was found, I believe, in Bakersfield, if I'm not mistaken. It may have been Inglewood. But anyway, that's why they're involved in the case too. But see, the family didn't even realize that the car had been found and that it had been burned until they got a call from the yard where the car got towed to saying, hey, the car's sitting here burned.
Oh wow. So the police didn't even have courtesy to call them. And that's what they do. And that's why we do what we do. So we can try to get it out there and, you know, to try to help. Oh my gosh, wow. And she's
But
been missing
I've been
since
in
the first.
contact with the sister, and I think I'm going to schedule for her and the family to come on my channel and do a live sometime this week.
Good, good. Okay, good. And I know I seen she's been missing since the first.
Yes.
It's almost a week now. Oh yeah, over it's a week now, right? Or over a week a little bit.
Yeah, over a week at this point.
And she needs her medicine because she has lupus and stuff. Oh man. Wow. Okay. Um, thank you so much. Thank you
No
so
problem.
much for coming up here and letting us know what's going on because I just heard about it last night and I did look at your video actually. And I remember seeing 3 people coming out her house and I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah,
So,
it's crazy. It looks like they're completely emptying her house, and then they left the door open. And there are more pictures of them that I came across on Twitter.
oh
Um,
wow.
they look like some little thugs, is what they look like.
Right.
And the 2 boys, I don't have any better pictures of the girl, but the 2 guys, they look like some pure thugs, is what they look like some little gangbanger wannabes.
Right. Oh wow. Oh man. And was she friends with them? Do you know if she knew them for a while or she just grew
Apparently,
up
she
with
was
them?
definitely associated with them, but I don't know about how good the relationship was or anything like that.
I got you. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So I'm just gonna. I thought it was the father because it said the dad's name. So I called and then answered. Then I texted, but then I got a message 2 minutes ago saying that that's not the right number. That's the missing flyer number. The flyer number. So I don't know. Let me see what it says. This is the official family approved flyer. Okay.
Huh.
That's yeah. But I guess I'll contact the other 2 numbers that's on there. So thank you so much. Thank you
No
for coming up
problem.
here.
And like I said, anytime I put a video out, I don't ever copyright strike anyone that's using
Uh,
it for the right purpose. Feel free to
yeah.
use anything.
Thank you so much. That's good to know. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna play the video now actually. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay. Ms. V says if the camera's seen them moving things out, when was the last time she was seen on camera? Oh. Do you know?
The only thing I know is that they realized she was missing at 5 p.m. That's the last time anyone had contact with her, I believe, is what the sister said.
Okay. Oh God, who am I calling by mistake? Okay. Let me show you a video. I used to be able to put the video up on StreamYard as I'm talking to you guys, and my laptop won't let me do that no more. Something's going on with the laptop, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to show it on my phone. Sorry. Unless you can you pull it up?
I don't know if
Okay.
I'm on my phone, and I don't know if they'll let me do it through my phone or
Oh, you're
not.
on your phone. Okay. Well, they can see it over my on my phone. It's no problem. Let me see. Let me just get this. Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm trying to hang something up. Shit. What the hell?
And what's really concerning is this is the same area that the boys went missing from, and we saw how well that case got handled. So,
That's why Miss V said, "Oh no, not them again." Like, wow. Good morning, Sharon Nation. Hey, beautiful. Those were those two little boys, right?
yeah, Orrin and Orson.
Right. I know Miss V. She did a live on that. That was a very passionate case for her. All right, I'm gonna put your information so I can see it. ARC. This is the name, right, of your channel?
Yeah, Arctic Fox True Crime.
How's the family holding up?
I mean, they're obviously very concerned and they're
Oh,
scared after the car
yeah,
gets found toasted like that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, when I seen the car, I was like, whoa. Oh, I wasn't subscribed to you. Well, I am now. I wasn't subscribed to you. I am now. Okay, Ronnetta Faye. Here we go.
This is Arctic Fox.
Okay, you guys gonna have to see it over the phone. Now, he did a video on this yesterday, and my laptop, y'all, be acting a little cuckoo. So you guys are just gonna have to see this on the phone, okay? I apologize. I'll try to get the laptop fixed or work on it.
Disturbing case out of Inglewood, California. We will be discussing the missing persons case of 27-year-old Ronnetta Faye Martin, who is missing out of Inglewood. She is 5'4" tall, 100 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. It's a very involved case, so we'll just get into it. So Ronnetta has been missing since the 1st of August. She disappeared at around 5 p.m. Her car was later found in flames on Monday, August the 1st at 9:29 p.m., as you can see on your screen. The people that Ronnetta was last with are not talking or helping with the investigation, but they can be seen on Ring camera footage taking things out of her house and leaving the door wide open at approximately 6:24 p.m.
Wow.
And this is the Ring camera footage that you can see up on your screen here.
That's crazy.
This was 3 hours before the car was found torched by fireworks. The family is asking that anyone share any information that they have. They are reaching out on Facebook begging for help with this case. The boys on the Ring footage are Jay Sean Davenport and his brother, and the girl is Antoine James. Any information helps here. The boys are from Cal City, Rosemont, Antelope Valley area, and may even be in Bakersfield. The thing is that this young lady also suffers from lupus, and she's not got her medication with her. And so we need to be very vigilant about finding this young woman and bringing her home, because again, she's without her meds. She also recently had surgery, and so we need to do everything we can to bring her home as quickly and as safely as possible. Also, she has 2 young children at home that are missing their mother. So we have a young lady that's just recently had surgery, has lupus, is without her medication. Her car was found torched. There's people jacking her stuff out of her apartment caught on Ring footage, and they're not cooperating with the investigation. This is a very scary case, and the family is very concerned for
her safety and her well-being, and rightfully so. I'm concerned for her safety and her well-being. We need to get Ronnetta's face and this video out all over social media. It's not getting any media coverage. The family is getting very little help from local law enforcement with this case, unfortunately. If you do have any information, you are asked to contact the Kern County Sheriff at 661-391-7500. You can also contact the Bakersfield Police Department. Guys, again, we really need to make this go viral. So I need your help with this one. And Ronnetta's family needs your help with this one. Give the video a like. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps more people to see Ronnetta's face. And obviously, the more people that see Ronnetta, the better the chances are that we can find out what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider clicking that red subscribe button. It certainly helps the channel out. And if you ring that notification bell, you'll always be alerted when I post another missing persons video. But the most important thing that I need from each and every one of you right now is to simply click that share button. Share this to your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, wherever you have social media. Guys, it only takes a second of your time to do. And it can make all the difference in the world in whether we find out what happened to Ronnetta or not. As always, guys, I do want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Y'all be kind to one another out there, and let's bring Ronnetta home safe.
Let me give it a thumbs up.
What's up, everybody? So,
Beautiful.
a couple things. Hey, couple things. If they seen them there and they got that great of a footage, they would know when the last time is she was seen, when the last time she went in and out of that place. And then the people that was just seen taking stuff out, did they kick in the door? Did they break in, or did they have a key? Because if they had a key, they was the last ones with her and got her car keys and all of that. And so, I mean, what is the family thinking, and do the family know those people?
Well, and I haven't had a chance to talk to the sister in depth yet because she got a phone call from the mother in the midst of our conversation. I am going to reach out to her. I'm going to interview her in depth, hopefully sometime this week on a live stream. But that's the information that I have at this time. And if anything else comes forward, I'll definitely be posting updates. So.
Okay, so you just found out about the story too, like yesterday?
Yeah, it was brought to my attention by the Missing Justice organization. They reached out to me and said, hey, this isn't getting any coverage. Would you please do something on it?
Okay, well, you definitely got Brooklyn Squad, and you got my back too, because I want to know what happened to her, because this is not looking good. The fact that they took the chance to go back to her place, it tells me that they were looking for something. I think that maybe they thought she had some money or somebody that she's dealing with. Maybe they thought she was keeping something there, but this sounds like some money, some money was involved. For them to take the risk to go back, like, are you stupid? But yeah, most criminals are.
Right.
Well, and like I said, that I'm just concerned because this case isn't being taken seriously, and so many of them that I cover don't get taken seriously. In fact, I'm working a big one out of Houston, Texas right now, where they closed this little girl's missing persons case without returning the daughter back to the mother. She's still out there missing, and they closed her dang case.
Wow.
Oh, hell no. How do you close a case that's unsolved? I mean, they usually keep those cases open and continue to tell us, oh, we're working on it. This is an open investigation, but they actually closed it? What?
What's worse, okay, well, they finally reopened the case after enough attention was brought on them, but the girl is still not in NamUs, not on the NCMEC. I mean, it's involved. It's very involved. And I've done a live. One of my team members also did a live on his channel on it. We're trying to bring a lot of awareness to that case because it's not right.
Not at all. So I already linked to your channel. I'm gonna check out that video. What's the little girl's name you're talking about?
Her name is Jasmine. Her last name escapes me right now.
Okay, and you did a video on it recently?
I've done a video and I did a live stream on it, yes.
Oh,
Okay. So how long have you been covering cases and things like that?
I started my channel, I think, around the 8th of February of this year.
What inspired you to do that?
I've been watching true crime forever, but when I was a child, I was in middle school. One of my best friends was missing, and his case didn't get any coverage. He was later found, he had been raped, sexually assaulted. He was found in a lake, drowned. And that's when the media decided that they were going to cover the case, when it started generating, the clicks, the views, the publicity. Up to that point, Mark didn't get any publicity at all. And so I finally decided, you know what? So many of these kids don't get any coverage. So many of these kids we don't ever hear about that go missing. And part of that is due right now because all the creators seem to only be worried about one little girl that's missing out of Tennessee, and they don't cover anything else.
Summer
So,
Wells.
yeah. So I started the channel and I cover everyone. I mean, as many cases as I can cover, I pump out 5 or 6 videos a day. So,
And that's good to hear because I'm sorry, Jess, just one more thing. I literally
no, you
had to,
good. You
I
good.
know, but it looked like you was trying to say something, but
Uh-uh.
I literally had to get my hands off of the Summer Wells case because too many people was on it and they turned it so messy. And I'm like, it's just a money cow, a money grab at this point. So I'm like, you know what? We gonna figure out what happened, but it ain't gonna be through the mess. I'm gonna just wait and see what they come up with as far as the evidence. But you mentioned your friend being essayed and all of that. Did you ever cover your friend's case? Or have you
no,
thought about doing it
I,
yourself?
I'm thinking about doing a video on it. This, like I said, this happened years ago. They did find the man that was responsible for it. He got sent to prison for life. So, but yeah, I may cover his case. I go
I
and
mean,
visit.
I just said it because that's your passion behind it. So I think it would be a good reason to cover it. It was he was your friend, and he inspired you to do this, and you're continuing it basically because of that. So yeah, I would definitely because I'm interested to know about your friend now.
Well, I've definitely mentioned it on my channel. I probably will put something out eventually. It's one of those cases that's hard for me to talk about because that's one that's right there in my heart. So.
I got one the same way. As a matter of fact, I was gonna be covering some domestic violence. My cousin was killed, back in 2004. And it happened the last day of July, July 31st. Her birthday was August 2nd, and she was buried on the 6th. So I'm definitely thinking about doing some domestic violence type things, but I don't think I'm ready to cover her case. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm still a noob at this. I mean, it took me forever to learn how to use StreamYard and how to put multiple pictures in a video. I mean, it's a learning curve, and I
Did
am
you say new
actually.
and learning? You got the YouTube teacher up here right now. I can
Oh
teach you
yeah.
anything you need to know.
She
I
teaches.
actually teach YouTube, and
Mhm.
so I have two channels: Make This Go Viral LLC, and Make This Go Viral TV, and those are my two niches: crime and teaching,
Well, hey, shout
networking
a
and stuff.
brother out on your channels if you would.
Hey, I'm all for backing people that put in the work. So you got to come and shout yourself out. I do channel reviews and suggestions. You could come
Yep.
up and talk about your channel. I could pull it up and give you my suggestions and reviews, and that's how I do it over there.
I'll definitely check your channels out. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead, Jazz. I done took over.
No, you good. Don't forget to put your link, Miss V, your information, so you
Okay,
could,
I'm about to now.
yeah,
Hold on.
check out your channel. Um, wow. I'm sorry to hear about your friend. I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been a while, but it's still, because we were good friends. We played high school football, we played middle school football together and everything. So it was.
Wow. And how long was this? This is how long ago? Like how many years now? You think?
This would have been around 1990.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm so sorry. Wow. That gave you the passion to do what you're doing now. Wow. I never thought that I'd be doing what I'm doing either, actually, because when I first started YouTube, I was just gonna do celebrity gossip, you know, talk about Cardi B and all that other stuff. And then I heard Miss V did an interview on Stay Dangerous. Stay Dangerous did an interview at Brandon Monaco, the Jelani Day case. And
Yeah, see, and I've been following Jelani Day. I'm trying. I haven't put anything out on that one. That one I need to do a lot more research on before I put something out.
yes, yeah, you should definitely put something out on Jelani
Actually,
Day.
the Jelani Day case is what brought me to your channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jelani Day. That's the case that took my heart right there. There's not. I try to look for like any new stuff, but it's pretty quiet, you know. But we still got to continue to keep talking and talking and talking and bringing these names out, you know, or missing cases, you know, just bringing names out because it's like the media they don't they don't cover it. The police sometimes don't take it serious, you know.
Well, that's kind of what my channel has gotten a reputation for, is calling out law enforcement's bad behavior in these cases.
I'm
Mm,
all for that because there's so much
yes.
happening in the Black community. That is absolutely ridiculous. But I wanted to give a shout out to the people in the chat. Shout out to Shiro and Kathy B in the chat, Dr. RBH, Anita, and I seen behind the bar in here. But I
Yeah.
wanted to Shiro said this is pissing me off. And Kathy B said this is her old city, Inglewood. She said this is pissing me
Mm,
off. Sounds like
let me go
trafficking to
back.
me. And if they are not talking about locking them up and hold them in separate rooms, somebody gonna talk, period. This should be easy. Whenever there's a group of people, all you have to do is separate them. And that's facts. One of them is always gonna crack. And
Yes.
I'm thinking the same thing. This is gonna be solved easy because they gonna tell on each other. They definitely have something to do with it to show up after this happened to her. Come on, man. And then did I hear you say they was like trying to detour people? Like, oh, that who said that? Something about the information was wrong or something?
Oh yeah, one of the boys that got caught on ring footage made a comment on the video that I did and said this is all false information
Mm, mm, mm.
or
Yep.
all lies or something like that.
We gonna turn that into the cops too. What you said? You was there? How you know it's false? So tell us the
Right.
truth then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did screenshot the comment. I forwarded it to the sister as well as to the Kern County Sheriff's Office.
I fixed
You're
it.
already on it.
Show Nation, is that better? Can you hear it now? I put it up some.
I think she was talking about when you was playing his video.
Oh, that was the loudest it went for my phone.
Because we just recently, my team and I, we were responsible for locating a boy that went missing out of Las Vegas because we followed the digital footprint. One of his little gamer buddies came into my live stream making comments in my chat. So I turned over screenshots of those comments to law enforcement. They followed the digital footprint and they were able to track the boy down.
So it sounds like they're looking around to see who's talking about her, seeing what they're saying, which means they could be watching this video right now. Hey, come up and tell your side. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you know. And then you don't have to go comment on other people's videos because it's clear that they looking. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
When you looked up her name, Jazz, did you get a bunch of hits or was it just Arctic Fox?
I looked it up last night and I seen his page and it's on Facebook. But
There
that's
it is. So they are looking all over social media to see how many people talking about it. I'm about to make a flyer with her picture on it. I'm sitting up here making thumbnails right now of Breonna Taylor because I'm about to do a live on that and Jelani Day.
Show
Back to back.
Nation says people are so dumb. Quickest way to out yourself is to show up in the chat like an idiot you are. Stupid. Show Nation
Well,
going into
and in the case of,
Exactly.
yeah, in the case of this boy in Las Vegas, they really were a bunch of dumbasses because their chat name in the YouTube chat was also their Twitter handle, was also their Discord handle. So it didn't take much to, yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
What?
keep outing yourself. Keep on outing yourself. Exactly. That's what we need. I wish the people that did this to Jelani Day were out there behind too. Shit. And in every other case, you know.
Yeah, they trying to change the direction that people are looking in to come in there talking about this false information, but not offer the truth. That's a bunch of bullshit. If
Mm-hmm.
they didn't say "let me up" as the next thing to talk about, then they just blowing out hot air.
Well, here's
Sound
the
like
deal.
guilt.
If it's false information, hey, that's great. Where are you posting flyers? Where are you out looking for this girl?
Yeah, what you doing to correct it?
Anita said two of them for 5, 6, 7 systems. Okay, something's wrong, really wrong. Is all I'm saying. Two of them for 5, 6, 7 symptoms.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get down, Jazz. I'm gonna
Okay,
look
babe.
around for some pictures of her. Okay,
Okay. All right.
peace.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I appreciate you having me up. And anytime, you need extra coverage on a case that you're wanting to really get hammered in, let me know. I'll be more than happy to put stuff out on anyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do. So I'm definitely gonna keep contact you because there's another one that I'm Aaliyah Wilson. I interviewed her mother a few times. Have you heard about that one?
No, I have
Uh,
not.
Texas. She was seen hanging from a balcony.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm. And the cops closed it, said suicide, didn't do fingerprints, didn't do anything actually, didn't question the ex-girlfriend that's been a beating on the girl. And they didn't do anything.
it sounds like a case that I'm working on out of Missouri right now. There's a young man named Durante Martin. They closed his case out, said it was a suicide. There was no way. Even the autopsy from the medical examiner came back suicide. Well, independent autopsy came back, said there is no way that this man committed suicide. And
Mm.
then in that same county, there's another case of a young man. His death was considered a suicide. Well, okay, here's the deal. Guy is found up in an attic, rolled up in a rug. So how the hell is he going to roll
What?
himself up? Yeah, roll himself up in a rug after he commits suicide. I'm telling you,
What
this
the hell?
area, yeah, well, it's Madison County, Missouri, and if you go research it, there are a lot of suspicious deaths and missing persons cases there that have gone unsolved. Law enforcement's kind of in the back pocket of the drug scene there, so
Mm. Gotcha. I know. Oh, there's another one I seen on Facebook Messenger yesterday. Well, not yet. Last night. I don't know her name. Let me see her name. But she's missing from Peru. In Peru, the
huh.
same place where Jelani's body was seen. Yep, I'm gonna tell you her name. Let me see. I would that now that one kind of shocked me because I'm like Peru. Wow, isn't that a sundown town? Alle-
Uh, yeah,
Allegedly, right?
yeah.
It's a black young girl too. Let me see where she's at. And I actually reached out to a lady that had her number, and here she is. Her name is Alexis Scott. Let me show you her picture.
All right.
Hmm. She's been missing since, wow, 2017.
It's crazy.
And the family think it's human trafficking from Peru,
Okay, and
Illinois.
that's one of my concerns with this case out of Texas, where they closed the freaking missing persons case out. She was seen with two male adults in a white suburban, and we know that Houston is a heavy trafficking port. So I'm very concerned that there may be a trafficking element to that case.
Oh, Houston is a big in trafficking.
Yes, because they're right there, so close to the Mexico border.
Oh, got you. Oh wow, I got family in Houston, Texas too. Wow, I didn't know that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Uh, um. hmm. We gotta keep putting these cases out, keep putting these cases out, keep putting these cases out. It pisses me off that media. I remember back in the days, like, media was pretty good with covering cases. At least what I seen. They was pretty good with covering cases. I don't know what happened now. Now you barely hear or see any black people covered by the media or the police caring about.
Oh, I mean, it's not just black people that don't get coverage. Hell, I don't see any indigenous people getting coverage. I don't see any Latino people getting coverage. If you're not a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little kid, then you hardly ever get any coverage in the mainstream media.
Mm. You're not little Sally running around, you ain't gonna get coverage. Because if little Sally with blue eyes was missing, her name would be on helicopters flying in everywhere.
I mean, look at all the media that Summer's getting. I mean, so it,
Summer.
it just
Yep.
really, really irritates me. And I can't tell you the number of people that have commented in my videos that said, "Hey, I actually live in this area, and I didn't know anything about this person being missing till I saw your video."
Wow. I've seen that happen before though. And that tells you right there, how much they covering. You know,
Yeah,
they really covering stuff. Wow.
but
Um.
I do appreciate you having me up. I'm going to drop down because I do
Okay,
need to
go ahead.
get some videos out. But I appreciate you having me up.
Sure. Thank you. I'll keep you in contact.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy B. Good morning. Wow, guys, that's oh boy, that's something. I tell you, it's really something. Share Nation in the building. Share Nation in the building. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Netta. Let me see if any other people are covering her story. My thing is, they actually went to her house and basically like got stuff out of her apartment. Like, what? On camera. And of course, they're not going to talk to the family or anything. But my thing is this: what are the cops doing to pressure the issue? You have these kids on camera. They're on camera. What else do you need? I don't get that. And I'm typed in the young lady's name. And nothing. Nothing at all. That's a shame. That really is a shame. I know I seen on the news. It's nice to see you too, Shell Nation. I did see on the news about a young lady who got her throat cut, and it seems like they found the person that did it. But I want to do that story another day though. Yeah, that was really deep. Mm-mm-mm. Oh man, anybody want to come up? Cheryl, are you at work right now, Mama? You want to come up here? This is one of those cases like, oh, we child. You got the burnt car. So that means that the evidence is history now that was in the car. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? That's what they did with that. They didn't burn the car up because all the evidence was in there. And then what? Decide to go to her apartment and empty it out? Like, what did they get from her apartment? What did they get from her apartment? Yeah, man. Stuff like this is like, right, Cheryl? Miss V says sounds like they were looking for something. Yeah, they could have been. Um, I don't know. And I know a few of you. Someone on the chat says sounds like human trafficking. I'm praying that they find this young lady safe. I'm really, really praying they find. I'm looking on YouTube, guys, to see if anybody else are covering the story. And when I put in her name, the only person that is covering it is him. And now I'm covering it, but I didn't see any other creators yet. Let me see. Oh God. Let me go back to Facebook and try to contact. I did see. I don't know. I think it's the sister under one of the comments. Maybe I can try to contact her. Missing Justice. Oh, Offensively Not is another organization. They did contact me, but they're not. Yes, they're not. Let me see something. This young lady is just 100 pounds, soaking wet, man. She's so fragile, and she was sick, and she's sick. She has lupus. She needs some medication. She just has surgery. Good morning, James. Please hit the thumbs up, everyone. I really do appreciate that. Oh man. So her car was found up in flames in Inglewood on Monday evening. Wow. Anita, I'm sorry, right? Something ain't right, okay? Burn up, burn up, burn it up, burn it up. Subway, right? Something's not right. Yeah, something isn't right. They burned it up because they're covering the evidence was in there. But my thing is that they knew where she lived because they went to her apartment. So no one knows where I live at. And if you do know where I live at, that means that me and you are pretty decent cool. We peoples. And a lot of people don't know where I live at. So I'm thinking, well, damn, they knew exactly where she lived at. Have they been to her apartment before? How cool were they? You know what I'm saying? Like, how close were they? And like Miss V said, did they kick open the door? Did they use a key? Most likely, they probably took her keys and used the key. I don't know, but and it should be an open and shut case because it seems pretty easy. You got them on camera. Crack it. One of them will crack. They're young teenagers. Get to the girl first. She'll crack on one of them. And I also wanted to know also, was she dating one of these guys? Guys, this is so good. This Dunkin' Donut French vanilla colada. I haven't had this in so long. Here go my Cheryl Nation. Hey, boo.
Hey, boo. Good morning. What's up, everybody?
What's up, mama? What you think of this? This is wow.
Man, this case is pissing me off. It's another case that's, to me, is just a no-brainer. How you gonna have these people on camera and still act like there's nothing you can do? And here's the thing, like, we let way too much time go by before we do anything. And if it's so true that the first 24 to 72 hours is the most, especially the first 48 hours is the most critical, I swear they be pissing all over our first 48 hours in all the cases that we have to, and it gets old. To me, the fact that they came back means either one of two things. Like Ms. D said, they came back because either they were looking for something, or I feel like they came back because they know she's not there. You're comfortable coming back. If you thought she might be there, you wouldn't be rolling up in there so freely. But I think that we need to start putting more weight on circumstantial evidence, meaning not to say that someone's necessarily guilty, but if the circumstances don't add up, then you need to answer to that. Make it make sense so we can get off of you. Because until it makes sense, then I still got questions.
That's right. And that is such a good point that you just said. They rolling up in there like nothing, so they know she ain't there.
They know she not there.
Yeah.
And another thing, like this whole, with circumstantial evidence or whatever, like pay attention to what people say. I'm not trying to say that everybody's guilty who say something backwards in the chat, but there are some things that that only a person who has a vested interest is going to come and speak so freely about, or be so sensitive about, or make it a point to try and change the narrative. And I feel like a lot of times they do show up in the chat, because think about it. It's the one place you can see what's going on and you ain't got to show your face and nobody knows you're watching.
Yup.
Nobody knows you're listening. And the same thing happened with the Daniel Robinson case, which I figured, I speculated it could be somebody on there listening, but I just find it ironic that the same day I was like, hey, did you know that, your son's, he hasn't been put in the national database? Like he hadn't been put in there for 2 weeks after they said they put him in there. And then they didn't even put his description in there. I'm like, this kid's missing an arm. Don't you think that's important? Because if someone sees someone that it has their right arm missing, it's a really quick description where someone would be like, oh my God, I saw him.
Right.
So important, but it was not in there. None of that stuff was in there. And I said, did you know that? He was like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't, because they told him that it was in there, but there was no verification. So I went and looked. Do you know that within like 72 hours, that thing was updated? After having not been on there for like over 100 something days, all of a sudden, and I thought I was tripping. I was like, wait a minute, maybe I didn't see it the first time, but I went back and I had screen recorded everything. So to me, you never know who's watching and who's sitting in the chat listening. And I think that you just have to follow the trail. Don't just assume that it's some troll or things like that. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's not.
Right. I agree. Wow, that Daniel Robinson case, they still haven't found it either, huh? Found anything?
He put out some more information that he didn't share before, and he has more. And I think that it's saying a lot. I'm like, wow. He put out a lot more information last week, and he's putting out more. He said little by little because he didn't want to jeopardize the case. Gotcha. But yeah, I it's sad that we have to do our own investigations like this.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there like every single day and second, and it's really messed up because like you said, you got to do your own investigation helping.
Yeah,
You know, like they don't give a damn. You know what I mean?
it's
They don't care.
terrible.
It's really sad. Really, really sad. Wow.
And if that is not like, I feel like, there are, black folks, brown folks go missing and no one's looking for us. But
Mhm.
the truth is, Jasmine, like the thing that pisses me off the most is that when our people go missing, we have to spend our own money and do things and pay for things that our tax dollars have already paid for. So you hitting us in the pocket twice. So no wonder we can't generate any wealth in our communities. It's like, how many times do we have to do this? This is already supposed to be afforded to us, and we got to pay for our own. We got to go back, back circle, get a private investigator, get a second autopsy. Why? For what?
Exactly. Wow. Did you hear about the girl that's missing in Illinois? Not Illinois, Peru.
No, what happened with her?
Yeah, I just found out last night. Let me see. Now, when I saw Peru, you know what I thought of, right?
Jelani Day?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see. It's right here. Let me show you her picture. Black girl too.
Okay, what's her name? Alexis?
Uh, Alexis Scott, missing since 2017.
Oh, wow. 20 years old. Wow.
Wow. Peru, Illinois. Holy crap.
You know,
Ain't that
Peru is not that far from Indiana. It's like about a couple hours, right? And Indiana's like the origination of the Ku Klux Klan and all that. I used to live in Indiana. I used to live there for a lot of years.
oh
Um,
wow.
but yeah, I can see that being, those surrounding towns and those sundown towns. Yeah, it's like everything. People aren't talking. They're not gonna talk, and that's the sad part about it. We got to figure something out. Like, how do we get some of these laws changed to where we can have our cases handled in another county, or because these people are doing everything they can to cover this stuff up, and it's like, how do you fight the system that is so against you from the beginning? And then how do you trust that the evidence that you have is even legitimate once you get to it? It's annoying.
Mm-hmm. So true. I think that, who I was talking to yesterday for a while on FaceTime, Dante, I'm going to make sure I say his name right. Dante Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Remember him? The one that he was hung on the tree in his mother's backyard?
Oh, Danye.
Danye.
Okay, my guy is Dante. Your guy is Danye.
Danye.
We can
I
get
gotta say it right. Thank you, Mama. Danye Jones. Yes. I was talking to his mother yesterday, FaceTime for like probably a half an hour, an hour. She is such a smart, strong woman. And I learned some stuff from her yesterday because, like she said, there's so much covering up. You know what I mean? But if we stop fighting each other, black people, and stick together,
Max.
what? We would be like, what?
That's the only way this is gonna work.
Mm,
It's the only way this is gonna work. It
only
is.
way.
And you
And,
got to pay attention to everything that's being said to know who's helping you and who's not. And let me just say this.
mm,
I'm noticing certain things. I'm like, for example, the other one, the one we just the ones we just got mixed up, Dante, his
right, right.
family, I think their lawyer is the same lawyer that was representing, what's his face in the January 6th committee. So it's like, I'm like, did you take this lawyer? Did you accept him on your behalf? Because they did say they were having trouble getting representation.
Mm,
They couldn't find a lawyer because no one wanted to go against these crooked,
right.
covered people.
Wait,
So
and now, hold on. Is that the one that he was at the park and they hung him on the monkey bars?
that's the one. Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that case?
Yeah, that's the one. I haven't heard any update as far as that's concerned. I just got some information on like his autopsy, so I'm gonna
Right.
go over that today. But
Okay.
I don't have any more information as far as like the legal,
Right, right,
standpoint.
right.
but we got to pay attention to like the underlying things that people are saying as well to know, because you don't know who some people they come around, pretend to help you. They don't really want to help. They just want to get information.
Right. I said that a few weeks ago when I did the Jelani Day video. I said you got to pay attention what people say, because the littlest things that's out there means something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, gotta pay attention to what people say. Yeah, man. These cases, they be getting me tight.
Yeah.
I mean, remember we was on yesterday about the little girl Cherish that was missing. Her mother was on the live with me yesterday. Remember?
I think I came in late.
Yeah. Well, she was the 40 years old. That live wasn't even planned or nothing. I found out about that story like 15-20 minutes ago from yesterday. I was supposed to do the story where the young lady's supposed to come on here and talk about what they did to her in prison, what the guards and stuff did, but she wasn't feeling good. Okay. So as I'm looking through the Facebook, I said, you know what, I'll just come here Monday and just redo another story. And then I see 14 years old girl missing. So the mother's number was there, so I called her, and that's when she was like, yeah, she's missing and this and that. So I said, well, she said no one's covering it really, and the police, they're not doing much. So that's why we jumped on here to let you guys know so it could get more out there. But the mother said that the other organization found the little girl yesterday, so she's supposed to be home.
Really? I'm so glad she's home, but I really want to know.
Allegedly.
Okay, I really want to know when these girls come home. We need to know what happened eventually, because we need to know like what's going on, because if we don't know how this happened, we can't prevent it from happening to somebody else. And I know sometimes these girls are scared to talk, because there was a young lady who just got found in DC. Her mother had to do all the legwork, and she found her daughter on the street somewhere because she was hiding. She was so afraid. And I'm thinking to myself, and they don't want to talk now because she was like, I gotta live here. And I understand that, because I mean, I went through the same thing with my situation. Right. I was afraid because I was like, if this is gang related, how do I share what I know? Right. You can't. It's a very uncomfortable situation, but we need to know how this is happening. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we are not going to be able to put the information out about how to protect yourself from keeping this stuff. And let me tell you, people are using Uber services, like fake Uber services.
What?
Snatching people up in cars. Yes.
Oh God!
Just told me, just so y'all, for everybody in the chat to know, Uber has a new feature now that if you're in a car, I guess it'll ask you if like, are you safe? And you can put no, and a police officer will come and track the vehicle that you're in, like will come and track you. So that's a feature. Mm-hmm. Because I was getting a rental car 2 days ago. And I didn't know about this, but I was getting a rental car 2 days ago. And the guy tried to tell me that my husband ordered the Uber for me because he's not here with me right now. So he ordered the Uber. He was like, here, I got you. Let me get you an Uber back home. So he gets the Uber and it'll tell you, you can track it or whatever. And the guy shows me his phone, pretends like he can't speak English, but I know he can. And he's showing me that it's not coming up. And he's like, no, it's not show. And I'm like, how is it not showing? Because I got it, my husband got it. Like, how is it not coming up on your phone? So he was trying to convince me to pay him cash and like just go let him take me home, right? And I was like, no. I was like, it's okay. And when I go to reach to open the door, I couldn't get it unlocked at first.
What?
Panic. I was like, oh shoot. So I was trying not to show it on my face.
Right.
So what happened was I said to him, I told my husband, I said, hey babe, he's trying to see if like maybe I can pay him with the Cash App. And he looked at me and he turned back. He was like, shh, no. Like he put his hands up on his lip. Like, how you put your finger on your lip.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh hell no. So at that point, when he did that, he was trying to scoot out into traffic, but it was too much traffic for him to drive away with me in the car. So I got out as the car is still rolling. That guy was gone. Now, he was registered with Uber because the same face was him, but it wouldn't have been documented because, like I said, he was it's like a fake screen he pulled up to try and show me that it wasn't coming up.
Right. Oh wow. When was the show?
This was 2 days ago. Yep. 2 days ago.
What?
Yep. So
And you just moved there, right? Didn't you just move?
I didn't move. I had some issues. That's why I was getting an Uber back home. So I had some issues with the rental car place. So I had to get my ID or my credit card replaced. But so I have to wait for that to come before I can leave. But that situation opened my eyes to how people are trying to get over on you. It's little things that you're not gonna think about, that you're gonna be like, oh, well, it's fine. I'll just pay you cash when I get home. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
Tell us how come?
Because you need to stay documented. If he doesn't have you on if he can't like say that he picked you up, he can't be accountable for picking you up for anything, you know. Right. And Uber, those background checks are not thorough background checks. I think I've already said that I'm a convicted felon. I used to drive for Uber, so it doesn't really matter. Like they're not like a thorough check, if to be honest. And that's just me being transparent. If it was that thorough, then I think that there are a lot of people who wouldn't be driving these Ubers in the first place. So you really just have to be careful with getting in a car with someone you really don't know, and you know it's a catch-22 because you don't know your cab driver, you don't know anybody. But it's just little things like that you gotta watch out for. Don't ever do that.
I agree. Oof. I remember hey, boo.
Miss V.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm still in the bed. Look, Shiro and Jazz. I came up here to say, go the extra mile and report his ass because he shouldn't be trying to get people to pay cash. That's against the rules. Yeah, you should report him, Shiro.
I did. Mm-hmm.
Good, girl. I'm about to say you ain't say that part. He's shady as heck.
And I didn't report until later because I didn't even think about it. And my friend was telling me, she was like, did you report him? And I was like, you know what? Why didn't I? I was just so happy to be out of the situation. I ain't even reported. So, but yeah, definitely you have to. These people are crazy. They're not right. And I'm telling you, it could be something that simple and you don't show up back home. I'm telling you.
That's scary.
You don't come back home. And it's so rampant out here. People, the reason it's so it's happening so much is because they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting away with it. It's so easy to snatch somebody up, y'all. It's so easy. And
wow. Ooh, I'm glad you are right though.
You should be scared. You know what I'm saying? You should be scared. Do y'all remember? I don't want to say I'm gonna just say she's white for lack of not knowing what her ethnicity is. I think she's a white girl. Do y'all remember the girl Naomi Irion who went missing? And okay, so I forgot what state she lived in. She went missing a few months ago and no one can find her. And I think I was watching another channel and I was following her case. So the girl, she's from like her father is pretty well known in other countries, but you wouldn't know who she is. Like he's like a diplomat or whatever, right? So she's been like all around the world. She told her mother she wanted to like go to the United States and like kind of just live a normal life, be a teenager or whatever. I think she was like, how old was she, 18 or 19? She was either right out of high school or college age. She was very young. Okay. And so she went to stay with her brother, her older brother. She got a job and she was going to work at some plant and she had to get picked up by a shuttle bus at Walmart. So she would get up super early in the morning and go sit in her car and just be on her phone until the bus came to pick her up. But she was always the first there because she wanted to kind of look at her social media and stuff first. So she's sitting in her car, y'all, in the parking lot. It's like 5 a.m. and she's on her phone scrolling through her social media. And some guy, all you saw, like she went missing, so no one knew what happened. And they finally found the footage from like one of the cameras in the Walmart parking lot. And you saw him walk over to her car and then he disappeared out of view. So, and all they had for a long time was like the truck, this big black truck and like his wheels and like a piece of the license plate. So they had to take their time to figure out who this guy was. Long story short, he walks up to her while she's sitting in her car, and he flashes his gun and tells her to scoot over.
Oh,
He drives her car away. Do y'all know how many times I have traveled and fell asleep in my car because I thought I was safe because I was in a busy parking lot? I never even considered the fact that somebody could walk up to my window and be like, "Hey, scoot your ass over right now. You coming with me?"
oh my goodness! Did they find her?
Oh yeah, they found her a while later, and he had put two bullets in her, and he buried her. Like he put her, yeah. He assaulted her. He did all these like horrible things, and her family was totally devastated. But it's things like that you don't even think about. Like I used to go to work early, be the first one in the parking lot, and I'm thinking, well, I'm in my car, I'm safe. I can just drive off if somebody comes.
Right. But you never know.
Had no more.
Wow.
No.
You know, I used to leave my house and not even take my ID with me.
Yeah,
and then,
you too?
Yeah, and they just said last week, babe, because on a weekend, you know, he'll drive me, you know, where we need to go and stuff, you know. But other than that, you know, Monday through Friday, you know, he got the car because he got to go to work. You know what I mean? So when I go to my PG on Mondays and Thursdays, I take medical transportation, the cab. I wasn't taking my ID with me or nothing because I'm like, well, I'll go there and I'm coming right back. But he was made so much sense. He said, God forbid if something happened to you, how they gonna know who you are? You know? You don't even have your ID with you.
So true.
Wow. You know, I didn't think of none of that because I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go get what I'm my thing, and then I'm coming straight home anyway, like in a half an hour, I'll be tops, 20 minutes. But you never know. And the way my cab driver be driving insane,
Yeah.
he ain't with some shit, girl. Shit. I had to make a complaint on him, so I got a new cab driver now. But I remember one time at physical therapy a few years ago, I was coming out of physical therapy, right? I was gonna call a cab, medical transportation, because Dave was at work, so he couldn't come pick me up at the car. So some guy gets out of a car, and he's like, "Oh, you need a ride here? Here's one right here." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, thank you. I only have to call a cab." So as we're driving, I tell him my address and stuff, and he passes it. And I said, "No, you just passed my address." He said, "Oh, I thought you was talking about over here." But he got me home safe. But girl, it found out he wasn't a cab. He was somebody's friend.
See, that stuff right there.
Making a little bit of money, you know, driving people around. Whoa!
Yep.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God he got me home safe, but it kind of scared me when he passed my house.
And I can't tell you how many young girls will just, you know, like, oh, you just need a ride real quick, because I think that, you know, if you go to somewhere where it's just busy traffic and it takes a long time or it's surging, and so like the Uber costs a lot more than what it would normally cost. Trust me, years ago, I would have been one of those same people who've been like, I'll just let you take me home, just because I'm thinking to myself, well, oh, you're out here driving, trying to, you know, like everybody else.
Right.
And I'm thinking that we both do, you know, you're doing me a favor. Mm-hmm. I would never, you ain't, no.
No more. When I asked him, because you know how I found out he wasn't a cab driver, I said, "Oh, what company you work for?" He said, "Oh, I'm not a cab driver, and I just actually make a little bit of money driving, you know, people home here and there." I was like, I got out the car. I was so glad he got me home safe, though, girl. I was like, oh my goodness. What the hell? I thought he was a company, because when the guy got out the car to come in physical therapy, he said, "Oh, you need a ride? Here, here's one." I'm thinking, you know, I didn't think that it was no name on the car. It usually says, you know, the company's name and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have none of that. I didn't even think, but now these, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
I guess you can be anything you want to be in real life, huh? He just what the heck? He was Uber before they had Uber.
Miss B, when I tell you, I was so grateful he got me.
Oh, I'm just a random guy giving you a lift.
Yeah.
It's like hitchhiking.
Right, because what's the difference, right?
I'm just making a couple of bucks here and there. He said, I got the hell off that car so quick. I'm so glad. It's like, yo,
But
they
like
would have been
Shiro
pissed
said
at
though,
me.
it ain't no expensive searches. I mean, they might be more careful now with Uber because so many people done got jacked up and they getting a bad name, so they trying to be better. But anybody could do. I mean, you could. People be having other people riding with them. People be having other
I
folks
seen that.
IDs and they driving. You know, oh, this my twin brother Uber, but I'm driving it for the day. You know,
Crazy.
just whoever feel like driving.
Mm,
So
mm.
I
They
don't know if
even
they changed it or not. But
they
I was,
even go ahead, mom.
huh?
Sorry. No, go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
literally thinking about doing that because remember I dropped the part time. I was like, I need another job, but I'm like, forget that. I'm gonna make this. That's why I go so hard over here. But
Right.
anyway, I was thinking about doing that. But then after seeing how many people getting jacked up, I mean, delivering food. What about the old
Yes.
guy? He was driving an Uber. Some teenagers robbed him for his car. Then he
Oh.
grabs onto the side of the car while they rolling out, and the car flipped over on this dude. End up killing him.
Oh.
2 or 3 teenage girls. Stupid. Now
Wow.
you doing life in prison,
But
sitting
my
up here trying to steal a damn Uber driver car or Uber Eats. I think he was delivering food. Just
Wow.
yeah,
That's
it's not safe. My daughter did Uber for a little bit. And I'm like, it's
oh,
really not safe.
it's
It's
not.
not.
you know when
Even
I quit when I was going to DC because I was starting to make really good money because they started paying like you know how when you would do like oh they'll say make this many trips and get an extra $200 or whatever. So I was like, man, I'm about to make this money. And right at that moment when I started doing all these trips, I got a call to go somewhere in DC because you know I live in the DMV right now. I'm currently moving to Texas, but I live in the DMV right now. I got a call to go somewhere in DC that I'm not very familiar with, but I found myself driving down. This happened twice. I was driving down this dark alley, and I was like, "Who would want me to pick them up here?" And I waited, I think maybe 30 seconds, and I just got this eerie feeling. I was like, "I got to get out of here," and I left whoever I was supposed to be picking up. I didn't know who.
good.
I was like, I just drove off. And that happened to me twice where the person would have me come to somewhere where it was like, there was no people. And this was like a shopping center. Everybody was gone. There were no cars.
Mm.
It was dark. And I was like, what am I doing here? Like, if something happens to me, like, who would be here like waiting?
Right.
And that sound like that was somebody that was trying to see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see, hey, can I actually call this person and they show up and actually do something? So after a couple times of doing that, they will finally get the nerve to do it all the way. I'm talking about people is jumping in Ubers with dead bodies and shit. You know, like
Mm.
I just read a story. Just had yeah, like what? So
Yeah.
you called a Uber to drop off a dead body?
Well, what was the girl's name, y'all? That's missing still, but they got the guy in jail, but he's not talking. Wasn't she an Uber driver?
Yeah,
Oh,
Goody, Ella Goody.
Yes.
Yep, she's
they
still
arrested
missing.
him?
I ain't heard nothing.
Yeah.
Huh?
They arrested him?
Yeah, yeah, on some other stuff. And his weird cousin or whoever this dude is that they believe I did a live on this, like they believe that Ella Goody was literally laying in the back seat. I circled the picture, it looked like her. It was a guy on the guy Brandon was on top of this person and this other guy that was driving that was doing a lot of weird talking and saying things, throwing little blues clues out like he had something to do with it. And then finally the police arrested him and they had already arrested Brandon, the guy that was last seen with her. Like she had given this dude rides several times and then he said, oh, can you drive me to Dallas or whatever? And so she agreed to do that and ain't been seen since.
Oh,
And
visit that.
but I believe they got their suspects. They just ain't talking. Cause Brandon, he stabbed his old girlfriend so many times because she didn't want to be bothered with him, and he was a
What?
freaking creep and a weirdo. Yeah, they
Oh.
got. I believe they got their guys. They just ain't talking, and don't
Mm.
nobody know where Ella body is.
That's
They
terrible.
said something about she was in the back seat, they think.
Yeah, it looked like she was in the back seat of the car.
Wow.
That's
Because
terrible.
that dude weirdly was like, "Oh, I'm on my way to Houston," and he was, recording. And then they was in this house, and just a lot of people was talking about it in this group. And then I just happened to run up on some of it. I don't know all the details because when it
But
be too much to mess, and I'm like, I mean, I just don't really speak on it because it can be proven. But I be seeing some stuff just like today. I'm about to go live on Breonna Taylor. And the last time I talked about her, I was talking about the one guy that was on her legal team that's putting everybody on blast. I'm about to come out with some stuff, proof of what he said and what was happening in the background in the beginning.
Oh,
I'm
what
about
time
to
you
be
doing
nasty.
it?
uh,
I said I was going. I'm kind of waiting around for Jazz. I think I'm schedule it for 11:30 though, cause Jazz will mess around and be on here for 4 more hours. I can't mess with her. I never go
no,
live. Look,
not today. Not today. Schedule for sooner.
I told y'all.
I'm
I
gonna
told
actually
y'all.
get off in a few.
Oh, okay. Well, I had
Yeah.
told y'all that the cop, his cop buddy, ended up not being able to be a cop because he was hanging with them, and they was really doing everything in their power to, cover this up. I'm gonna hit
Oh,
mute. I got a call.
okay. Okay. Wow. Anita said yes, she was in the back seat. I gotta look at that. Oh my, that's
I do
crazy
too.
work.
I think I remember briefly seeing a clip about that, and I was like, "Huh?" I didn't know who they were talking about.
Right.
This is wild, y'all. This is so
Whoa.
crazy.
It is because I'm like, you know what I'm thinking? They say she's in the back seat, so obviously she wasn't moving. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that just messed me up. Ooh, wow. I definitely got to
Mm,
take a look. I got
mm.
definitely got to see what's going on with that. And then now, Ronnetta Faye, the one who's missing now, this is in Inglewood, California.
Mhm.
I don't know nothing about Inglewood, California, but
Either.
yeah, I've never heard of it. I heard of Inglewood, New Jersey, but I've never heard of Inglewood, California. I think another of my subscribers was just talking about Inglewood the other day. But it's weird because it had the father's name on here, right? On the flyer and the phone number. When I called and I texted today, they messaged me back right here and it's saying wrong number. It
Hmm.
says, first of all, they put a $500,000 right here, and then they say you have the wrong number. This is the official family approved flyer.
That's weird.
It is weird, right?
Yeah.
Why would they put a price up here? Look, I'll cover the thing.
You have the wrong number. Oh, that is so strange.
They put a price. You see it?
Yeah. Now that sounds like, what if it's not the official flyer then? What if that's a troll?
That's weird, right? But this number was on the flyer, and it said the dad's name, and that's the number that I called, and then I texted, and it's what they send me back. And there's another names on two on the flyer. I'm gonna reach out to them. But the guy said he was contacting the sister. I'm gonna try to see if I think that one of the comments on the Facebook group of her missing, I think her sister is on that comment. I'm gonna reach out to her and see what's going on because damn, it's been a week now. She was missing since the first.
This is crazy. You know what's going to happen? You know what I feel like is going on? I feel like these cases are becoming more and more saturated to where none of us are going to be able to keep up because there's so many of
So
them,
many.
right? And it's
Yeah.
like, it's just going to be it's going to be where they're trying to make us desensitized to what's going on because it's going to be so much that you can only, we're only human. We can only handle so many at one time and focus on so many people to where a lot of people are going to get dismissed simply because there aren't enough people able to cover these cases who even care
Right.
about this stuff. And that's what my fear is. I don't want that to happen. But it's like every time I turn around, it's a new girl. It's a new person missing.
Yep.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. And it's like, that's so true because my hubby said a few weeks ago, babe, do one case at a time. You're like taking in so many,
It's hard to not
It's hard.
care when stuff keeps coming up too.
Right.
So I understand. It's like you do want to focus on, because I get it. Like the first one I ever started really focusing on was Daniel Robinson, and I've learned that. I mean, I listen to things over and over and over. Sometimes, I mean, I can't tell you how many times, and I would hear different things that would help me with me putting together content. So the amount of time and effort that it took for his case and Tamla Horsford's case for me to go through all of the material and read the police reports and stuff, it takes time, and you have to be able to put that out in a way that people can understand. But if they have too many cases, it creates confusion, and that's what they want. Because if you're confused and you don't have time to legitimately put out all the facts, then you can't, people stop paying attention. But I refuse to give up. I'm sorry. I don't care how long it takes. I'm gonna be focused diligently on every single case I touch. And like everybody here, like that's why I love watching your channel, and I love Miss B. Stay Dangerous.
I love watching you too.
Everybody's so passionate about the cases that are covered that you can't help but to not pick up things that people have not heard or seen, and then you'll be like, oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So keep doing what y'all doing, because it takes someone to be passionate enough and to care enough. And these are the type of things that are going to break the case and like really bring light to what's really going on.
I agree. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you too. Like you was doing your thing.
Thank you, boo.
Thank you. What is going on with Tabula Heartful case? Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah, so her surprisingly, her best friend reached out to me, and she thanked me for covering the case. And that meant a lot. It really did.
Yeah.
The one thing that she said, I never thought it would be this hard to get justice for a Black woman. And I believe she's a white woman, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say for sure because I don't know like if she could be biracial. I think she's white. I've seen her, but I just don't.
Right.
You never know, right? But she told me, she said, I can't believe it's been this hard to find justice for a Black woman. And I get it, but it's like she took them to court, and they, decided to drop the case. They tried to say that, they tried to get her for defamation or whatever, but she was like calling them out on stuff and they couldn't produce, and so they decided to go ahead and drop it. But there's so much corruption that it's just really bad. And I've had people tell me to be careful and stuff like that. I get it. But I mean, you got to stand for something.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Because I know sometimes I hear people say, oh, I don't go on YouTube because, I'll speak for myself. Like, I'm a small YouTuber. So sometimes I wonder if people be like, oh, I'm not going to mess with her because I've been told before, but you don't have that many followers. I don't care about I'm trying to get the story out.
True. And here's the thing. There's no such thing as a small YouTuber. Like I had to learn that the hard way, myself, because it's like it's either a lot of these people who have a large following, it comes at a price, right? So you either going to be hella ratchet, putting out a bunch of stuff that's probably not true. People like entertainment, they like gossip or whatever. If you take your time, you know what I mean? The quickest way to success is sometimes the long way, right? And I pride myself on having integrity. Not to say I'm going to get everything right, but I do show you how to put out stuff that I don't know for sure or that I'm skeptical of, or try to get views. That's not me, because I already know that this is going to be in the long run, like my channel is going to stand for something.
That's
so
right.
Remember that, the reason why I don't see when I don't care about who has what followers, and like, like I understood why people would hide their subscriber count at first, right? And to try to get more followers. But I never said I saw anything wrong with it, because I think that even if people aren't meant to follow your channel, it was helping the algorithm to give you more followers, because I did it myself. It wasn't about me growing my channel or hiding it because I felt like I was small. I wanted the algorithm to pull more people in, even if they weren't meant for my channel. Because if they're not meant for you, they'll fall off. They will unsubscribe, right?
Yeah.
You're going to attract your tribe. So just remember that there's no such thing as a small channel, because it's all about you having great content. And that's more powerful than anything. How much time do you spend behind the cases that you cover? There's some trash channels with a lot of followers that I'm just like,
that. Yes.
I'm not with it. You sell your soul for a bit of that attention. And to me, it's just not worth it, because let me tell you something. People who have channels that grow off of the content like that don't last, because those same people expect for you to entertain them with that garbage 24/7. So when you can't anymore, they unsubscribe. It's bad.
Clocking Dave out. But that is so true, because I've seen hold on, mama.
Everybody in the chat. I just now learned how to use this, so I'm just saying hello to everybody in the chat, because I'm gonna have to get Miss V to help me set up for my first live.
Yes, I can't wait till you go live.
I can't wait either. I'm ready now.
I can't wait. I'm
soon
sorry,
as you get ready, I'm there with bells on, girl.
Yeah.
I had to clock him out and stuff, but yeah, I can't wait till you go live. Miss V's gonna help you out.
I'm gonna get set up. I got about one more.
I'm here for moral support.
Oh man,
you got this, girl. You got this.
Yes, you do.
She's very passionate. Just listening at her up here, I can't wait.
Look, I hit Miss V up like a day or two ago, because I was on another channel. I won't name it, but I was like, Miss V, you got to come to this chat, because I did not because you had just did the Breonna Taylor coverage, and I was trying to keep my composure and not like be a certain type of way. But when you start saying things, like, I was so irritated, and I just, oh man, I was like, is it me? It cannot just be me. But I hate to hear people say stuff like, oh, y'all are trying to paint her, people are trying to paint her to be this innocent person. What the hell does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with her life being taken?
That's what people see. I didn't listen to it because of who it was, but that's why I wanted a timestamp. So I don't know what they said. I don't know what was said at all.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't rock with him like that. So
no, I don't. No, unfortunately, because that's a person I really respected, and yeah, I don't understand what happened, but I'll tell you that in the background if you want to know. But yeah, I still don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, we don't have to definitely talk. But somebody was like, somebody said that they were on the panel, and he was like, the people are painting her out to be out this. And I was like, what does it matter? Do you think that it matters? And so I asked the question. I said, so tell me what about her character would justify her murder? And it didn't answer the question. And he was like, I just believe in putting out the whole truth. I didn't say that it's not important to put out the whole truth. But when you say that, to me, you're saying that, oh, it doesn't matter that she was murdered unjustly, because she wasn't that great of a person anyway. And I said, like, to me, this has been going on since the beginning of time. Back in the 1700s, when people tried to say that Black people were, when Charles Darwin tried to say that Black people were related to monkeys, trying to say that we're not intelligent and we don't have souls. You know why? Because the slaves who owned us, who were the slave owners who were mistreating us, they wanted to feel better about mistreating Black folks. So they would say, oh, it's okay. they're not real people anyway. So when I hear somebody say that Breonna Taylor wasn't that great of a person, to me, what I hear is you're saying, oh, she wasn't that great of a person anyway, so her death is not that important.
Right. Damn. Oh man.
Well, anyway, as far I don't know what all they said, but to try to smear her is bullshit. Because my thing is, whether she was, which she was a good person, she was a smart girl and loved by many, regardless of her choice of dating a drug dealing boyfriend and being supportive with him. That's all that I seen that she was doing. But my thing is that don't change the corruption of the cops. And I would never say anything to make them look a little bit better. So
Exactly.
what? She deserved for them to lie, to make up everything they made up to the judge, to come in there and execute her and put everybody else's life in danger. Do that excuse their lies? No. So
Exactly.
knowing the type of person that she was don't have nothing to do with the corruption of the cops and what got us here today. So yeah, that pisses me off too. Quit giving them excuses.
It's a
Mhm.
tactic, and I hate it. It pissed me off. It's a tactic. Yeah, and I'm about to drop down to the bottom, but I had to just say my piece. I was so upset with that. I was so irritated. I hate when people do that, and I'm tired of see, like I said, pay attention to the narrative and what people are saying, because that's the tactic that they try to use. Is they try to dilute the situation by attacking somebody's character. That don't make her any less important.
If you can give me the timestamp so I can listen to it and I'll respond without responding to them, because that person that said that ain't the only one that think that, and that need to be addressed. So
Okay,
I want to hear.
I'll go back and
Okay.
listen to it for sure.
And I just scheduled my live. I'm gonna get off of here, Jazz. I think I got a schedule for 11, so anytime in between that, if you get off. But I'm listening because I'm working in the background.
Okay, I'm about to get off anyway. I want to,
Okay.
look, look up in Ronnetta Faye Martin's a little more, and just try to contact a family member or something to find out a little more.
Yeah, let me
So,
get my mad self off here with my.
but you're so funny. Oh, damn, I don't want to say it on here. I'm gonna have to message you because I have a question for you. I
Yeah,
texted it to you.
look at check your email. I resent you my phone number because I didn't get it.
Okay. All right. I'm so bad when it comes to checking my email. You should see how many messages I don't. Oh my gosh, girl. It
Yeah,
took me a few. It's
check
a
your
hot
email
mess.
for sure. And if not,
It's
just send me
bad.
yours via email, and then we'll do it that way.
Okay.
All right, boo.
All right, Mama. All right, Brooklyn Squad. Well, it wasn't a few hours today, but the main thing is we got the information out here, and that's what we're here for, to get this information out here to know what's going on. I want to look some more into this. Um, yeah, see where the cops are with this, if they're even anywhere handling this. You know, um, Hopefully the FBI can get involved. Hopefully. So I'll see you guys in a few. I'll come back later on because it's Brooklyn Squads Day, baby. Okay. No, but I'll come back later on probably. I'm just so tired. I didn't get much sleep last night after we did the 14 years old girl runaway and stuff. Oh, there's another thing. I want to contact her mother and get an update because she said that she is found. And like Cheryl Nation said, it's important to do these updates because we need to know what can be prevented next time. And that's so important. And I was thinking about that earlier in my cab when I was on the way to my appointment. I was like, I think I should try to reach out to the mother and do a quick to do an update because we need to find out like what happened and where did she go and how can we prevent this from happening again? Because the media ain't showing us and the NYPD ain't showing us, so we got to stick together. We stick together and stop fighting each other. Support one another, stick together. So I love you, Brooklyn Squad, and everyone have a blessed, safe day. Okay? I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.